Okay, I just had like a huge realization today that has been kind of accumulating over the last few days, which is needing to do things and wanting to do things, which was a fucking huge game changer to me, to be honest. Because I realized this when I was talking to my friend. Like, no, I didn't realize this. I found out kind of like I kind of first heard about it when I was talking to my friend with Nathan. It's not like any term or anything. I didn't really do research on it, but I was talking to my friend Nathan, and he told me, it's like, I hope that's what he told me because I don't really remember what we talked about. But here's a summary of like from what I've understood. It was that he told me, it's like, Mandul, it's like, I realized I don't really do the things that I wanted to. It's like it's hard for me to do things when it's like I need to do it, like as if in an obligation, for example, because me and him, we're on a kind of similar life path, I would say, and we're on kind of on this like self-improvement thing going on. So what we do is that we like do like a checklist board of what are you supposed to do every day, the millionaire morning routine, those kind of shit that we do. And from what he said, like from what I understood, is that whenever he tries those routines and checklists that he makes for himself and he tries to follow through, it's such a pain in the ass. And I feel the same way. And I'm kind of just like putting words into him out of my mouth. So it's like that's not exactly what he said, but from in my way of understanding is that it's just a pain in the ass to do it because it's like an obligation to do it, and sometimes you don't want to do it, but you need to do it because it's written there and you promise yourself, and if you don't do it you feel guilty. And most of the time when you have those things you just not really do it because you don't want to, and it's just such a fucking so many friction to the point like you don't want to do it. And uh, and that conversation kind of just ended there. We didn't really go deep into it. We just talked and laughed about some other shit and didn't really go into it. And right now, after like a month later, here I am kind of realizing what's really about that. Because if you've been following through my old videos, which probably you're not, because I get like 10 views a day from all my videos. I don't think anyone is watching me consistently, but if you do, have this series based, it's called Oleshna. And what is that? Is that I've fucked up pretty big in my life. So I've just kind of decided to fix up myself and focus on the right things by coming and volunteering on this church and build this, like, just basically physical labor work, but it's in the nature. You get nice whole foods and you get to work outside on the sun and touch more grass. Sound like a perfect environment, man. That's so I came here. And the thing I did the first time is that on that first series I was kind of emotional, when it's like, oh, it's like the novelty was hitting. It's like, oh, I'm gonna, and I did exactly the same checklist on myself. I said, like, oh, I'm gonna start meditating, I'm gonna start journaling and working out and making this video consistently, blah blah yada yada, right? And from the third day I started doing none of those things. I did none of those things. I journaled for 2 days and then stopped. I worked out for 0 days, meditated for 0 days, and the video just ended after the fourth day. Luckily, because I was not gonna do the rest of the days. I think that no, it isn't the fifth day, because I was not gonna do. I just had no motivation in me to do fucking keep it longer and longer because it was just like it became an obligation for me just because I wrote it on a piece of paper and told the internet I was going to do it. Felt like an obligation, and because it was an obligation, I felt like I don't want to do it. And because of that, I just didn't do it, and I felt shitty. And luckily, the thing to Oleshna had to end because the owners, they had some problems and they had to go to somewhere, so I had to go back in my hometown and reflect on some things. Well, I'm saying reflecting, but I didn't do shit for like 2 weeks basically. I just laid in my bed and played Roblox and jerked off a bunch of things. And now I'm finally here, but it's like the owner's mom's place, not the really Oleshna. So if you're looking to my other videos now, there's like a new series called Basically Oleshna, where I'm staying here for like 7 days from Friday to Friday. And I feel like I started things off better because on the first video you might, was it the first or the second? I tell myself it's like the last time I was in Olashna, it was such a bullshit. I tried to make this new start, new journey, new beginning for me, but I ended up fucking it up so fucking bad. I felt so shit afterwards. So I realized like I'm not gonna write down and set myself any goal or anything. I'm just gonna have a vision of like what I would like to do way past in the future. But like this is I'm just gonna what I said is I'm just gonna focus on the working here because I actually want to work here. So I'm just gonna focus on that and like everything else. Hope it will come natural. It kind of came off of like I said like you know fuck this, let's do this, see what happens, right? So what has been happening since is that because now I don't need to do journaling, I don't need to do meditating, I don't need to do workout, I don't need to do the videos, any of those. I'll just and I say I'll just do it when I want to, which is wow now why I'm here. If you've been looking at the upload, it's been very consistent and everything I've been doing is just getting better. I'm getting more clear, more awesome. So what I've realized is that once I, at least for me, and maybe my friend Nathan, is that once you said you want to do things, let's say this thing, when I started this in Oleshna, I wanted to do all those things. And that's why I wrote it down as something I'm gonna do. But because the fact that I did that became an obligation to do it, which maybe not want to do it, and now I took away the obligation and let the things come naturally. Now it's coming to me naturally. So what's been happening is that I've been doing these videos consistently with no problem. I just want to do the videos, so I'm doing the videos just because fucking I want it and it feels purposeful and feels good to me. You know, it's worth my time. And if you've seen the last video, I start fucking working out for no reason. I just felt like, oh, my body kind of looks, I don't know how unhappy, I'm unhappy with it, so might as well work out. And I just went on to do 100 push-ups and 100 squats, which I would have never done if it was an obligation. And today, I did 100 push-ups and 100 squats again with no problem. I just wanted to do it. I did it. Took like 30 minutes and it's fun. I recorded the whole thing. I'm gonna post it alongside this video. And yeah, it was just holy shit. It's like it clicked in my brain. I was like, oh my god. It's like once it becomes not an obligation, I just naturally want to do it. I will do it like no matter what because I want to do it. And you know how it's like same as like how when you want to jerk off, you just jerk off. Okay, the fucking recording stopped because the iPhone's like, oh, your storage is too full. Fuck off. Okay, so back to what I was talking. You know, when you want to jerk off, you just want to jerk off. So you jerk off. It's the same as that. It's like same as jerking off right now because like I want to jerk off, so I jerk off. Maybe it's like the temptation, but it's like now you have temptation to do good things. But be careful. I thought about this and thought about it a little bit. I think it has to do with the fact that I'm in an environment and surrounded by people, and the fact that I'm not like influenced by bad things, which is like harmful foods, processed foods, social media as much, and you know, my the people around me back then at my hometown, it's just people just talking about, you know, fucking around, just random bullshit that doesn't mean anything. And actually meaningful talks, meaningful people and nature, long walks, a clear mind. And those are the things that's probably make me want to do those things because I'm more aligned with myself as a human being, my own nature, through nature to be able to do those things. So for my assumption is that if you were to follow my advice and stop doing these like obligation tasks by doing writing down the schedule and shit, and started to try to do things naturally by how I did, like I started wanting things naturally, your wants are most likely to be corrupt. Because like right now, my wants are actually beneficial to me, beneficial to the people around me, and beneficial to everything because I'm in the right environment and everything is correct and everything's healthy. But if you're living in a city or some fucking fucked up environment and your friends, or like if you go to school in like uni or high school, chances are you're not in the best environment as you can be. So my assumption is that if you follow my advice and try to get those things naturally, then it probably won't have the same effect as how it's affecting me, because your wants, your needs, your wants will be corrupted, because like you'll be working off your base desires, right? Because like you're corrupted, you want to do social media, so like it's gonna look for my wants. If my wants is not working out, your wants will be jerking off. That's like the difference between it. The best I can explain right now in my own terms. So, if you want to kind of apply what I just said and stop, instead of like needing to do things and want to just do things by yourself without no fucking problem, then there's few things that we need to change. Which first is like your environment, the like preferably more in the sun, more in the nature, and things you consume. So less phone, no social media, and I mean no social media. I'm still consuming social media and like accidentally scrolling on reels for a few minutes, but basically that's not for me. It's just muscle memory right now at this point. Like whatever, like Huberman talks like OCD. So basically like OCD is like you don't want to touch your phone, but you take it anyway, and you don't. It's like you just like it's a muscle memory, bro. Something like that. So I'll count it as not being on social media as much. So no social media, no, well, more sun, more nature, more touching grass, less of your friends, because I'm assuming your friends are bullshit anyway. Or like have a good friend, who like my friend Nathan, someone you can talk to, someone you can talk about these self-improvement, self-help, these kind of things about, and understand, someone who really gets you. Because if you just talk like me, if I have lots of female friends, basically, actually my only male friend is Nathan. Everyone else is fucking girl. So for me, it's like it's really hard for me to get through my messages and my understanding my things to them. And what ends up happening is that when I'm with them, I'm a completely different fucking character. It's like I'm someone that I'm like I don't even recognize. I'm just this guy who's giggly, stupid, just brain dead retard. And if your friends force you to be someone, force you to be someone like that, then probably stay away from them. It's like I'm not saying bad things about my friends, but it's just like that. It's just that it's hard for me to get through them, or for them to understand, because we have different lives, different experiences, different things, and because of that, it's like more of like, no, actually we've been friends, all my friends, we've been friends from childhood actually. So I guess it's that we've changed, we've grown apart. So we were friends, we are good, and as time goes on, we don't really relate to each other anymore. So yeah, I don't relate to my friends, and that's not really working great. And they do different things, I do different things, and we don't align. Because of that, it's not really doing good for me. But I don't hate them, I love them actually. They're the best ever fucking people. It's just that our mindset, our morals, the way we think, the way we do things have changed. So think about that and try to arrange your friends in a way where it's beneficial for you. My friend tells me like I sort my friends like a drug, so maybe try to do that. And so environment, people around you, you're one of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Exactly that. What else is there? Yeah, less phone. Healthy foods. No processed shits, one ingredient food. For me, it's really easy right now because I'm literally in a fucking farm where they have chickens and ducks and meat. They source their own shits, everything. So it's kind of impossible for me to get like processed foods, except this family is very nice to me, and they just think I'm like a teenager, so they give me snacks sometimes. So, and I eat them, but it's not to the point where I'm like binge eating on them every single day. So fine, I guess. And because I'm doing labor all the time, I probably digest them before it can even harm me. Who knows? Call me out on that. But yeah, your food, environment, people around you, the shits you consume. And yeah, that's probably about it. And if you have all those things checked off, you can probably go on about wanting things instead of needing things. And once you want things and get in this really flow, what happened to me is that I started thinking these grand ideas, all these things I could do, and I'm actually putting more effort into this video. I got glasses on. I'm actually, I had to take like 4 tries before this whole recording because I had this fucking bullet points script. I was like, I'm gonna write down, I'm gonna thing, and then for me, I realized it's just so retarded because it became a need, an obligation that was so hard for me to fucking do. Once I wrote it down, I tried to follow the script as if I need to follow the script, and I was struggling struggling to fucking make a video and talk. But and I decided, it's like, okay, fuck this shit, and threw it away over here, and then said fuck it. And now I'm here. Now I'm actually presenting. Now I'm actually talking like a fucking normal person, not like a fucking robot, but actually like a normal person, which is super great. And also, if you're wondering, these glasses, this is like glasses I stole from one of those my girl female friends. Apparently, it's blue light glasses, but it doesn't really seem like a blue light glasses. And I'll just believe it's a blue light glasses, and I hope the placebo will block the blue lights, whatever. And I think it's like 1 a.m. right now. That's whatever. But that's the point I would like to make today. It's like, instead of wanting things, instead of needing to do stuff, making yourself obligated to those things, just start wanting it and doing it. And also, the workout videos I'm doing, I don't intend that to be an everyday series like how I did back then, because once that happens, it'll be an obligation again. And yeah, I'm gonna stick to my realization. My realization might change, might differ. I'm still an 18-year-old guy who's trying to figure out life, so that's gonna happen, and that's the value I'm gonna give for today. You can click off the video now if you're not interested in what I did today, and if you're not interested in the basically Oleshna part, then you can click off. If not, then now let's talk about what the fuck I did today. Okay, so fuck, my chest is pumping. I woke up as again 12:40, almost at 1. It's just getting worse and worse day by day, I swear to God. So woke up, ate. Did I eat breakfast? Yes, I did. I ate this like a cerealki, triangle bread or some shit. The owner's mom brought it to me, and yeah, it was pretty nice. I ate it with the cheese, ham, and spreadable. The pomazanka in Czech. It's like a spread thing. Shit, so, yeah, whatever. So then I did that, and I mowed the lawn again, 4th day in a row, and I realized I thought I finished, but the woman said, "Oh, there's more lawn to mow over there." I was like, "Oh my god!" So yeah, more lawn to mow again, but whatever. It's like, it doesn't really feel hard. I actually want to do it because it's pretty fun. And so I mowed the lawn. I thought I was finished, but I didn't. So I put the things in the bag, and actually I was kind of not lenient into not really working today. So what I did was that I just came back in, sat around, scrolled a little bit, because that's just fucking what I do when I'm not really thinking. And I realized, oh shit, I'm scrolling. I just put my phone away. I started walking around, just thinking in my head. But then again, it wasn't really thinking. It was just empty. I was just walking for the sake of walking. And then I was like, okay, oh yeah, I want to do the woods. So I went to the wood with the log splitter, the huge fucking machine, and started to split the logs. And in the middle of it, I was like, I did the workout yesterday, and my muscles are pretty sore, and I actually kind of want to take a rest today. I was like, yeah, sure, bet. And I just went on a fucking long ass hike. It took like fucking 4 or 5 hours. Yeah, I left while it's like, when it was like 4 or something, and I came at 9. Yeah, it checks out 5 hours. So 5 hours walk, but it was not really a walk. I took a train. No, it took 5 minutes with the train. So I took a train to the nearby village, and just went there, bought a cigarette, and I was like, oh yeah. I said, I was like, oh, I don't have a cigarette, and there's a shop there I could buy a cigarette, so bought a cigarette. I just wandered around the fucking town. I was like, ooh, that's cool, and that's a cool train station. And I was like, okay, I probably should go back to my village. I mean, my it's a village. I think it's a village. Go to my back to my village and probably just just to go there. I was on the path to go there walking, and while I was walking, I was on my phone and I went to YouTube and I found this like a random, is it documentary or something? It was made by some guy. I'll put the name somewhere if I find it. It was a guy talking about the streamer YouTuber, the OnlyFans creator, the Finster, the F1 and 5 STR. And it was talking about like how a 20-year-old man became a fucking OnlyFans model, woman, femboy, basically, right? And I was just watching that video and it was pretty interesting. Because, like, he was just like a normal dude, Minecraft YouTuber. And one day, he lost a bet and decided to cross dress. And everyone thought it was a joke until, it had kept recurring because of the donations and stuff. And then afterwards, there's a guy called, like, 10 Whales or some shit, I forgot his name, who kept donating more money and just like testing his boundaries and just kept turning him more into fanboy. And it was so hilarious. I mean, not hilarious, it was kind of saddening in a way, but I was laughing from some time to time. And the big he started getting donuts from the whales and getting more, it's like it just made me realize more of like how like people nowadays doesn't really have a core foundation in a way, which is exactly what I'm trying to build for myself, and that's what I've been lacking for a long time. It's like when you lack a core foundation of like who you want to be, who you're supposed to be, and like have this like a principles and codes for yourself, you're really easy to be manipulated and really malleable, like a clay. So for this instance in Finster, there's a guy who kept donating big money, which with the money he was shaping him in a way that he desired, which is pretty interesting to me. And I realized like most of the people nowadays, at least my generation, are like that. Everyone's fucked up and they're like, let's say not everyone, but like most of the people I know, they're like kind of doesn't really know what they want to do, purposeless, goalless. They're the same thing, lost in life. Also probably the same thing. Just overall sad, depressed, and doesn't really have much hope in the future. Look, like I wouldn't be surprised if all my friends just suicide. Yeah, whatever. Maybe that's a bad thing to say. And yeah, I realized like people just really lack this core for themselves, and that maybe got me thinking is like what I could do for the people around me. Which I was thinking, on the pad I was walking and watched the video, and I just sat down fucking somewhere and started thinking, middle of the field. My mind is going to like I could do this video. I could try to help in a way of like maybe I could start, if I make it big in YouTube and get some influence, I could probably help people buy, or my generation and the younger generation, Gen Alpha, which I really care about because my brother is Gen Alpha and really this light is coming. Have a deep love for these generations, and I was like thinking how I could protect them, because like our generation is mostly fucked and we had no guidance, no nothing, no one to tell me things, and most of the parents, I don't know what went wrong with our previous generation, but they fucked up big time, I guess. And I'm not even scared of saying it, to be honest, because they fucked up. They don't know how to parent children. They don't know how to act normally. They're just low-key stupid. But then again, I don't think I can blame them. But it was just like that circumstances and maybe the elites that made them like that way. Maybe it was conscious. Maybe it was conscious. I don't know what happened. But I don't like to blame things. It was probably because, well, I'm trying to blame thing right now. So well, whatever. Leave it at that. So I was thinking like, how can we as Generation Z can save ourselves and save the younger generation, the Gen Alpha? Because the same thing's gonna happen to Gen Alpha if you don't step up. Because you have to realize we cannot be the same as our previous generation. We're the ones who will be looking after Gen Alpha and the later and later ons for until all the Gen Z's die out, right? So we have to do something. And I was thinking, I don't know what other people are gonna do, for at least what I think I could do, or like some idea that could happen if I ever make it big, was that I could probably infiltrate schools, work with schools, and teach them this. Have teenagers ourselves, like teenagers, kids, and like young adults have somewhere to be. Because like what I realized as living from my experience is that there's place for kids, playgrounds, kindergarten, and all those like things, right? And there's places for adults, pubs, clubs, and drinking degenerate, and all those, or like hobbies, communities, all those things. But there isn't really a place to be for like for a teenager who's like from 15 to 18, right? And that got me thinking, like, maybe that's why most of the people, I mean, people my generation, is pretty fucked, because we have nowhere to be. It's like we're too old to play around in the playground. We're too young to fucking go drink and drink alcohol. But then again, we have to choose. We have to. We're like we're a species that we depend on communities. We thrive in tribes. We thrive in communities. So we have to choose, and we can't really go on the playground with kids. So we just end up drinking and doing all those adult things, which is my assumption is that that's why the younger girls are starting to apply more makeups and become more feminine, try to be more older looking, and go fuck people and stuff to be more mature so they can fit in those social circles, because we have nowhere to be. So first thing I thought was that, okay, maybe we can like build a place where those kind of people can belong enough, like for those teenagers can be. And I was thinking like what it could be. I didn't really have thought about it, but that'd be a cool place if we can do that. And second thing is that we could probably shape the education system in a way, because like our generation Z, we realized that this education system we have right now doesn't really seem to fit the things that's going on in the world, because it's really outdated maybe. So I guess that could be fixed, and yeah, basically I feel like infiltrating or working with schools and stuff is probably the best way to help these younger generations and our generation. Well, our generation is kind of all of them out of school now, so for the younger generations at least, because like if no one's gonna help them, the younger generations, they're gonna get hit by a fucking train. They're gonna get fucked. We're already fucked, and they're gonna be even more fucked. Because like our parents at least had like like some financial stability, somewhere to be, but now we're fucked. We're broke. We can't make money. We don't have a house. Our kids and their younger generations, it's gonna be even more fucked. So we have to do something, right? So yeah, that's just kind of what I was thinking. And yeah, I finally, like after like four something hours, I finally finished the walk. The whole path from that village to this village takes an hour, but it took me 3 hours, because I was in the middle of sitting somewhere smoking cigarette, thinking about all these random things, and I came home. Well, came here, and finished the work I unfinished. Like I ended up splitting the logs. I was like, oh, maybe probably should put those logs to the barn where you put the logs there, so it doesn't really get wet in case it rains tomorrow or something. I don't know if it's gonna rain tomorrow, because I'm not a type of guy who just checks weather. I never check weather. Might be weird for some people, yeah. And yeah, that's about it. And then I ate a little dinner with the lady. I didn't want to, but she's so awesome. I couldn't say no to her. So I ate a little small dinner and did my push-ups, squats, which is the other video that'll be there. Yeah, that's what happened. Pretty cool, right? And I thought about the topic of this video for a bit, what I want to talk about. And yeah, now I'm here. Hope the video helped. It was great talking about this topic. And yeah, there's lots of things to explore. And yeah. Oh yeah, and one thing, I'm not gonna end this shit. Holy shit, I almost forgot something. Is that I think I'm gonna be talking about me now. I think from now on, I think I'll be more experimenting on myself because I realize there's not really much researchers on the things that we're struggling with. For example, all those like addicts, the dopamine on the phone, the porn. We don't really know much things. We just know it's bad. We don't know how bad. So I was thinking like maybe I could, because I've lived the same fucked up life as you guys. I'm assuming my audience is same age as me, so fucked up like you guys, or maybe more. And I've seen the bad sides, and I've seen the good sides accidentally, and now I'm trying to go back to the good side again. I could probably document the journey and learn the things as the things go on, and maybe like be able to document those the change in my body and the journeys like this one, because this is a part of it. Build my foundation and base core, and understanding my skills, and actually hope and pray that my videos are helpful to my generation and the next babies. So yeah, I hope you guys like it, and hope you guys like the direction I'm going. The 10 people who accidentally watched the video. So yeah, see you guys. Bye bye. Good night. I'm gonna leave this segment here because I like to. Oh no, it's gonna be just time lapse afterwards. Bye. I kind of look bad from the angle that's down there. So whatever. How do I look from the top? The shadow's not making me right anyway. Wait, let me see. Oh fuck, the beard is growing. Let me take out these gay ass glasses. There we go. Oh shit, I cut my face here. Dang. I have such horrible skin. Whatever. As long as it's noticeable. As long as it's not noticeable from far away. So good. The only person who'll be coming this close is, well, you guys. And my girlfriend. Because I don't have any. So yeah. Bye-bye to the time lapse, and enjoy the rest of the video and the music I'll be choosing from the free YouTube library. I hope I can find something fire.
Yeah, I'm so fresh like the morning, mouth wide open like they yawning. Every time they see me, they in G-Shock. Homie, this is too far. Homie, I feel too alive. You can see me like Illuminati. You can see me like Illuminati. But I'm shining so bright, so bright. Don't come and try to share some of this light, no. Give me a beat and I control it like a maestro. Ladies on a mission, they be trying to get me wiped up. Shawty, wait a minute, can't tell if I like ya. Gotta make sure you know how to shake it like a bartender. Team with me and they all winners. And you know
Editing the video, I just realized I don't have rest of the time lapse. I probably forgot to record it or some shit. So just enjoy the music.
we ballin' all winter, all summer. Jewelry around my neck is lightning, but I'm all thunder.